Hello everybody and welcome to another Mystery Box Function Challenge. In the purple mystery box we have some math and your challenge is to figure out what that math is. You can try this out, use the link in the description, and when you've got an idea come on back and see if we get the same thing. Okay, we're going to start with a 0. Okay, so 0 gives us -5. How about a 1? 1 gives us a 2. How about a 2? A 51. So this is clearly a curve because the difference between -5 and 2 is much smaller than the difference between 2 and 51. So it's just shooting up there to up towards infinity. Let's actually see if that continues. I'm going to put it in a 9. About 5,098. Okay, so it's going up super rapidly on the right. Let's see what happens on the left. Put in a -1. We're already off the graph on the bottom, but just by a little bit. So that's down at -12. And let's try a -9 and see if we're continuing in that direction as well. Wow, okay, so -5,108. So this is moving really rapidly down on the left and up on the right. So what's a function that would go down on the left and up on the right? It's not linear, it's definitely a curve. So I am thinking cubic. That cubic function generally looks like this. And maybe we just have some crazy multiplier. And it'd be nice to find where the center of the function is because the function's supposed to flatten out near the center. And, between 0 and 1, it only moved by 7. So let's look between those 2 points. Let's look at maybe 1/2. And let's look at -1/2. Yeah. So it still looks pretty almost vertical, but it's flatter. So it's flatter here than it is here, for example. So I think we're getting this general cubic shape. Probably gets really flat, very close around this center point. So let's see if we can figure out what a function for this would be. So we know we've got something cubed, and the center point appears to be on the y-axis. So um, we're going to have, I'm sure we're going to have a multiplier because this seems way steeper than the regular f of x equals x cubed. So we'll leave room for a multiplier. And then I think we're just going to have x cubed here and nothing plus or minus inside the parentheses and cubed because it's on this y-axis. So it's not been moved left or right. However, it has been moved down from the origin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think we have a -5 here. So how do we get the multiplier in front of the cube? Well, I think the way to do that is to look at the point 1. So 1 gives us 2. How are we going to get a 2 out of here? We've got 1 minus 5. That would equal, that would equal a -4. So if we're going to subtract 5 from it, what would we have to get a 2? Well, that would be 7 because 7 minus 5 is 2. So 7 times 1 minus 5, that would equal 2. So that looks right. Let's test the -1 that way too. So so 7 times -1 cubed minus 5. Well, that -1, when you cube it, is going to stay -1. So that's -7 minus 5. That equals -12. And yeah, that's what we get here. So I think we've got the correct multiplier. And I think I'm just going to check. So let's take a look here. Yeah, that's 7x cubed minus 5, and we can graph that as well. So there's our little part where it flattens out around the middle, and then it just shoots up to infinity on the right and then down to negative infinity on the left really, really rapidly. Well, how did that one go for you? Did you think cubic, or were these numbers confusing? Let me know. Thanks, everybody.